So we're back here again with our first of the segments that we usually do called Beyond the Fences. Hey everybody, it's good to be back. It's a new year, 2014. Tigers, champions of last year. I have a member of the Tigers, Zahid Chaudhry, who actually played for us last year part-time, but this year he's going to be a little bit more committed, right?
Right.
Okay, so we usually do this segment basically to talk about what people do outside of softball. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I know you're studying for your boards right now, medical school. So
that's
tell
correct.
us about that.
That's correct. I'm studying for my what's called my Step 2 CS, which is the clinical skills part. It's basically like a practical exam. You interact with a patient. I was fortunate enough to study for my second part, which is called the Step 2 CK last year. That's why I was playing part-time for the Tigers, who are the returning champs. Just want to throw that in there.
Okay, good shout out. But
have to.
let me just for those who don't know, it is maybe for like the newcomers. What are some steps they need to do? Like, for example, if they finish bachelor's degree and they did pre-med and then they want to be a doctor, what is?
Well, if you finish your bachelor's and you're interested in medical school, you know, the first thing I would tell you is study. It's not easy, and the reason I say study is because it's going to be a long road ahead, but it's one of the roads that actually does pay off in life. So, you know, you hunker down and study now, it'll eventually pay off. And I'm a perfect example of that. You know, I put in the struggle, I put in the time, and, you know, thanks to the brothers, just like Brother Najib over here who's standing next to me, you know, who gave me that moral support. So, and he pushed me. And
now you said you're doing Step 2 CS. What does that mean? Because some people might not know what that means.
Well, the medical boards is to start a residency program is made of actually two parts. USMLE Step 1, which is the basic sciences exam, and then the USMLE Step 2, which is divided into two sections: the CK, which is clinical knowledge, and the CS, which is clinical skills. The clinical knowledge is also a computerized based exam, whereas the clinical skills is an actual interaction with a patient.
So basically, it sounds like you said that you have to just take a whole bunch of tests, and these are 3 tests you have to take?
You have to take 3 tests to start.
That's it? To start? What do you mean?
Well, to start a residency. Start a residency now. You have your USMLE Step 3, which you could take during
another test.
Ladies and gentlemen, it never stops in medicine, all right? That never stops. But
what do you mean? After Step 3, you got to take another test?
Listen, after Step 3, there's a medical board. So, you know, I'm sure the brothers, they all know. They know.
I'm just pretending like I don't know, but I do know.
It's a never-ending process. You know, if depending on the light, if it shows, you see all the gray hair that's up here. But at least I still have hair, so.
Yeah, that's good. So basically, the moral of the message is, moral of the story, I mean, is that study.
It takes a lot of discipline, but, you know, we all have it in us. You know, it's just sometimes we need a little bit of push. But the discipline, you have to have it. And that's my advice to all the youngsters out there. Just really, really put in the time. And it does pay off.
So how does softball fit into all of that?
Listen, I needed this, all right? Because when you study so much and you're studying 12, 14 hours a day, pretty much you're locked up in a dungeon, and this is my daylight, all right? For me, this is a bit of fresh air.
Well, they do say that sunlight and being outdoors improves your vitamin levels and your general well-being.
It does, believe it or not. Studying so long, my doctor actually a couple of weeks ago told me that I needed to get some sun, and here I am.
Who's your doctor?
The brother next to me.
Oh, okay. All right, so any way, if some newcomers or some youngsters who are interested in medicine, if they have any way to, you know, any questions about anything, if they want to contact you, what's the easiest way to do that?
Of course. The easiest way to contact me is at my email address. It's ZahidMD2B. I'll spell it down. It's ZAHIDMD, the number 2, and then the letter B at yahoo.com. So ZahidMD2B at yahoo.com.
All right, guys, that's Zahid Chaudhry from the Tigers, and he's a MD2B. So if you have any questions about the process or how to become a physician or anything, of course, you can hit him up, but you can hit me up too. And we'll see you again next week on Beyond the Fences. Thank you.